Hi everybody, and welcome to my attempt at this week's BBO weekly free instant tournament. But before we start on this week's, I want to go back to something I said in last week's, and which somebody pointed out in the comments that I wasn't actually correct. So I want to look at the club situation that we had on one hand last week. And first of all, I'm going to deal with a situation which people very often get wrong, which is this one here, where we've got an 8-card fit missing the queen. And you're probably, most of you, familiar with the saying 8 ever, 9 never, which says that basically with an 8-card fit, you should finesse for the queen. Doesn't apply to the king or the jack, it's specifically for the queen. And that's the finesse is more likely than playing for the drop. And that's very true unless you've got a count on the hand. So if you know the hand you're going to finesse up with has open 1 no trump showing 12 to 14, and they've turned up with 13 points so far, you know they don't have the queen, and so there's no point in finessing for them. So the rule is no substitute for counting, but there gives you a guide that it actually more likely that the finesse will work than the drop will work. The drop will only work when the queen is doubleton or singleton, and it's more like the queen's more likely to be in the longer hands than the short hand. So that's, I've come to this one here where we've got our 6-card suit here, 2 cards in dummy, and they've got 4. And lots of people feel that you should guard against this situation where there's a singleton queen on this side, and you should play one of the ace or king first before crossing to dummy and taking a finesse. And it's true that in this situation, that would be the winning play. In fact, you wouldn't need to cross to dummy. What about this situation? See here, if you play the ace or king, and there's a singleton 5, for example, now when you lead, you've only got 1 card left in dummy, you lead it and you can finesse, but the queen's still not going to fall. When you play the ace king, there'll be 1 left and the queen will make a trick. And the same is true if the singleton is the 9, or the singleton is the 3, or the singleton is the 2. In any of these cases, if you play off one of the honors first, you're going to lose a trick. Whereas if you start from dummy and take a finesse and it wins, you can go back to dummy and take another finesse and pick up all 5 tricks, not lose a trick at all. So playing the ace, first of all, wins when there's a singleton queen in the west hand, but loses when there's a singleton 2, 3, 5, or 9 there. So it's 4 times as likely to succeed. So playing for the first round finesse is 4 times as likely to succeed as playing one of the honors first. And you can think about it, if there are 4 cards in the east hand and 1 in the west hand, the queen is 4 times as likely to be in the east hand. And to pick that up, you need to take 2 finesses. So definitely, if you're in this situation with 2 cards in dummy missing the queen, you should take a first round finesse. You should not play one of the ace or king. It's 4 times as likely to succeed. But what about this situation? Where there are 3 cards in dummy and only 5 in your hand. Now, of course, you can play the ace or king first to pick up a queen in the west hand, singleton, and then go to dummy and take 2 finesses if you need to, assuming you've got the 2 entries to dummy. So with 3 cards, then you're fine with this, with the ace, king, jack 10 in this hand. But the actual situation on the hand last week was this one. It didn't matter what you did in this situation, whether you played the ace first, leaving the jack 10 to lead from dummy, or you led the jack first, West was always going to make a queen. But it seems like you've got 3 in dummy, so you could play one of the ace king first to deal with the situation the queen was here. But that isn't quite true, because the jack and 10 are in dummy, one of them can get covered by the queen if West has it. So if we're in this situation, and once again, it's 4 times as likely that the queen is here than if it's over here. Now, if you play the ace and leave Jack 10 in dummy, and then cross to dummy and leave the Jack, provided this hand plays low, you're fine, you let it run. But if this hand covers the Jack with the queen, you vote and you win with the king. You've got nothing left. The 9, the 10 is not enough to draw the 9. The 9 and the 6 will remain in this hand. So they will make a trick. But if you lead the Jack to start with, they cover with the queen, ace. Now you can go back to dummy and the 10 wins. You find that this hand's void. And so you can play the 4 and finesse against the 9. So this is a situation where the Jack and the 10 are in dummy and the queen can cover one of them, where you can't afford to play the ace as I did. I was lucky it didn't make any difference last week because we had the situation where it didn't matter what I did, I was going to lose it. But my play was suboptimal. And there are people who try and give you rules about how you can do this. And I don't like doing that. I think you have to work it out each time. I'm not saying that's easy. And to begin with, it will take you a lot of time to work out, is this one of the situations where I can play off one of these honors first? And as you see, I made the mistake last week. But you do need to sit down and work it out. And it may take 1 or 2 minutes, but thinking through all the different scenarios, but it's well worth it in the end. It may, well, in this case, it's, most times they're going to split 3-2 and it won't make any difference. And it only makes a difference in the 4-1 splits, and it only makes a difference if East has 4 rather than West. So you're really down to slightly less than 20% of the hands. So, but that's still a good percentage where you can show a profit by playing the correct way rather than the wrong way. And I did want to just take this opportunity to explain that to you in case you picked up something wrong from last week's hands. So I hope that you found that useful, and we will get on to the main purpose of today. My attempt at this week's BBO weekly free instant tournament. Instant tournaments, weekly free, yes. And I'll just repeat that it's 8 boards, match points, best hand tournament. So nobody can have more high card points than you, but they can have the same and better distribution. So we'll say, so off we go. We've had a 1 spade opening by East, partners a passed hand. And we've got 15 high card points. You probably remember from previous videos of mine that my feeling is that whenever you've got 15 to 17 high card points and a stop in opponent's suit and no void, you should overcall 1 no trump. And partner passes again. So they don't have a 5 card major because they would have, they would have transferred to it if they did have, and if they'd had enough points, they might even have used Stamen. 2 diamonds now. Well, I'm going to pass here. I've described my hand very accurately. So I don't have any reason to call again. Hand goes back to spades. Partner knows what I've got. They've chosen to pass. So we're going to let the opponents play in 2 spades here. It's my lead. What do we know about the points? East, well, East could somewhere around 12, 13 points, 5 spades at least, and 4 diamonds at least. East, West has gone back to spades. They may still have more one more diamond than they have spades. They could have 3 diamonds and 2 spades. They'd go back to spades, giving false preference. And partner's done nothing opposite my 15 high card points, show no sign of life whatsoever. It's quite likely that they've only got 5 points or even fewer. Because this hand has 13, I've got 15, that's 28. This one can have 12. But in fact, they will have less than 11, I think, because I think they would have doubled with 10 or 11 here to show as their side had the majority of points. So we know we've got 15, that one had 13, this one's got 9, that's 22, 15, 20. That will give partner 3. So not too much here. The ace of hearts is very likely to our right. So is everything else. The ace of spades is likely here. West may want to ruff some diamonds. We're hoping to make 2 tricks in diamonds. So I think with 3 spades to the king, I can safely lead the 2 of spades, cut down on ruffs in the West hand, because West might even have 3 spades. So we'll leave a spade. 9 draws the queen. Here comes the 3 of clubs. Would they have led the 3 of clubs from the ace with the ace and king? I don't think so. So I think partner's going to win this trick. And hopefully they can play another spade. Let's have a look. See. And they're going to play a heart. Well, we'll win our heart trick. Now, we would give up a spade trick if we were to lead this now. The jack has gone. What's the declarer got? Ace X. I think they don't have any more clubs. Why would, if they had ace X, surely they would play the ace first. And the chance of dropping a king or queen, singleton, it would cost nothing. Whereas leading low from ace X, are they hoping to set up the clubs with what entries to dummy? Doesn't seem very likely. And if they have 3 clubs to the ace, then partner will be able to ruff the 3rd round. We're going to win a club. I don't, partner led the 3 of hearts. This is the other thing to consider. For what holding would partner lead the 3? Sadly, the robot doesn't do it. We can be sure it's not a singleton. If dummy had 4, we had 4. If the declarer had 4 hearts, they would have bid 2 hearts rather than 2 diamonds. So that's not a singleton. And I don't think they've underled the ace. But it shouldn't be a doubleton. Because they should lead high-low from doubleton. So there should just be the ace of hearts left here. Difference is, if I lead a heart and runs round to the ace, and the exit, if partner plays another heart, this hand can throw a losing diamond. I win the king, but then there's a heart set up in dummy to throw away another losing diamond. So if that was a singleton club, partner had 4 to the ace king, doesn't have anything else. That does seem quite likely. I'm saying they've got 4 because dummy had 5, I had 3, the declarer had 1, then 5, 4, 3, 1 is one of those shapes that adds up to 13. I've said in the past is the best way to remember, to work out where cards are. If declarer's got ace doubleton of clubs, then partner had 3 to the king, and 1 ruff will set up dummy's clubs. once again, I don't think declarer has an entry except by roughing a diamond. So I think I am going to try and exit safely with the queen of clubs, just so partner knows not to put on the ace if they have it. Right, so they've roughed with one of their spades. Here comes a diamond. This hand does have the ace, I'm sure. We need the queen. They're now planning to play the ace of diamonds and rough a diamond. So looks like I've got to give up my spade trick to stop that. Partner should have led another spade when they were in, assuming they had one, which they should do. Now the 10 drew the ace. That could be because partner has the queen. But it might not be, because as far as declarer is concerned, they're equals. At the moment, it doesn't matter if dummy gets an entry. So I am going to lead the low spade. See, partner does have the queen. They don't. Right. Jack of hearts is played to the ace. The ace of spades is going to drop my king. I had the 10, the 6 of diamonds. Well, this looks like our last trick. The partner had 3 heart. Partner did have a doubleton heart. The partner led the 3 of hearts from a doubleton. Well, that's just foolish. People defeated 2 spades, and sometimes they stopped. North played in 2 diamonds. So my hand presumably didn't overcall 1 no trump. So that didn't work well, but it should have worked well, because by playing a spade, if partner plays a spade when they get in, I think you can see that the contract will go down. I think. Let's just have a quick check. If I export this and have a quick look at it. So yeah, says it goes down if I lead anything except below diamond. So play. No, sorry, I meant next. If I led the 2 of spades, 3 of spades, 9, queen, 3 of clubs, 2 of clubs, jack of clubs, king of clubs. And it still goes down whatever partner plays. So where did I go wrong? Must be when I gave up my spade trick. So partner played the 3 of hearts. I played low. I won the queen. And now I play the king of spades. That creates a trick for partner's 10. That's what I should have done. Not led the 6 of spades to stop the rough. The king would actually have promoted a trick for partner's 10. So that's where I went wrong. The diamond would have worked out all right, presumably because somehow the rough, I get another chance to stop the rough in dummy. Okay, so my mistake. I should have thought about promoting a trick in partner's hand that partner could have 3 spades. and I could promote a trick there rather than thinking that partner could promote a trick for me. Right, so some catching up to do. Another opening bid by East, a week 2 this time. We've got 7 hearts, 4 diamonds, king X in spades. This hand's certainly far too strong to overcall 3 hearts. And if I double, I'll probably just hear clubs from partner, although I might hear diamonds. I'm not going to hear hearts, I'm pretty sure. Partner might even pass if they've got a lot of spades. So I think it's too dangerous to double. I could bid 3 no trumps because the king of spades is likely to be a trick together with 7 hearts. That's 8 tricks. But then if I lose the lead, I'm likely to lose it again. And remember, I've only got 15 points. Partner's can't have more than that. So I'm just going to bid 4 hearts here. I think that's the practical course of action. Go. And, well, no trumps might have been better. But diamonds, 3 of diamonds, play the 9 of diamonds, just to be deceptive. Here comes the 3 of spades. There should be a doubleton spade in this hand. There's the ace. And the spade comes back. There it is, the jack. So the queen of spades is a winner. And I've got 7 hearts here. There are 3 in dummy. So that makes 10. So they've got 3. If they're 2-1, then I can get to dummy by overtaking the 4 or 5 of hearts with the 6 or 7 and get a discard. But it doesn't do me any good because I've got to lose a diamond anyway. But that should be the only other loser I've got. So I am going to draw trumps. And they are 2-1. I'm sure they're not going to duck this diamond. Otherwise, I can ruff a diamond and throw one on the queen of spades. But I'm sure that all their trumps have gone, so we'll play that. And there's the ace of diamonds. And now our 2 diamonds are good and all our trumps are good, so we can play making. And obviously lots of people have done the same. Nobody's made more tricks. One's gone one off and some people have let them play in 3 spades. Right, we'll move on to board 3. We've got a flat 18 count here, but I say flat, it is 4-4-3-2, not 4-3-3-3. We don't have great intermediates, but I don't think I should devalue this and treat it as a 1 no trump opening. I think I'm going to open 1 of a suit, which is 1 club, and rebid 2 no trumps. 1 spade. So I will rebid 2 no trumps, showing 18, 19 points balanced. I've denied 4 spades by this bid, but not 3 spades and not 4 hearts. But partner isn't interested. If they had 5 spades or 4 hearts, they would bid 3 diamonds, which is new minor forcing, asking me to describe my hand further. So we know they haven't got more than 3 hearts and they haven't got more than 4 spades. And therefore they've got at least 6 cards in the minor suits. So we're going to play in 3 no trumps. And there are 4 spades, 2 hearts. They've got 3 diamonds and those 4 clubs. And this is an interesting situation compared to what I talked about at the beginning. We have an 8-card fit missing the queen. But this time we can't take 2 finesses unless the singleton over here is the 10. Because this hand with queen 10, 8 can just put the 10 on the 9, the jack wins, but then they can cover the next one. So should we take a first round finesse? I think so, because singleton queen over here, if they don't have the 10, if 10 falls under the jack, we will be able to finesse another couple of times if we have entries to dummy. The ace of spades is one entry, and the queen of diamonds may be another. But let's see what happens to the heart here. Well, I think we'll play low in the hope that the 8 doesn't appear. And the jack did. Okay, so we'll win with the king, the higher one, so West won't know who's got the queen. And the 9 is there, so and this hand's played the jack, so they don't have the 10. So if they lead a low one, we can play low, and this hand will be forced to win. So even if they've got the ace here, we will be protected. So we're looking to make 9 tricks. We can make 3 or 4 clubs, and a heart is 4. We can make a diamond is 5. And we can make a spade. This is not looking great. We do only actually have 24 points between us. Short of entries to dummy. Because one possibility for an extra trick is the 13th spade in dummy being good. They split 3-3. But we need to go to the ace. We want to do that to take a club finesse. And then we'll want to lead a spade towards the queen. If the king goes up, the queen wins the 3rd round, but then there's no entry to dummy. Well, I think we have to hope that the 9 of clubs will be an entry to dummy at some point. Could lead the queen of spades, king, ace, and then there's still jack 10 out. No, I'm going to lead the 2 of spades to the ace. Six and 7 is gone. Still the 5 between the 4 and the 3. Well, I'm going to take a first round finessing clubs. So that wasn't a singleton queen. Now the king of spades appears. That's quite useful. Our queen's a trick now. It probably means this hand has 4 spades. And now they play the 10 of hearts, pinning the 9. But the 5. So they've got the ace, and there's the ace and the 8 are still out. Right, so the question is, do we want to duck this trick? They've got 2 aces. That's all we hope they can make. We made 2 tricks. We hope we're going to make 3 clubs for 5, a heart for 6, this spade for 7. But there's the ace of diamonds. West didn't overcall or double. So if they have the ace of hearts, they turned up with the king of spades and the queen of clubs. That's 9 points. If they had the ace of diamonds, that would be 13 points. And they might well have bid something over 1 club. Might have taken a takeout double. So I'm inclined to think that the ace of diamonds is likely to be with East. But do they have East have 3 hearts? Very likely. Once again, if they had 5 hearts, they might well have bid to the ace jack. No, they didn't have the jack, to the ace. They might have bid hearts over that. So I'm inclined to think East still has a heart. The danger is if I duck the heart, they'll switch to something like diamonds or spades, and I'll never make my heart trick. So what to do? So if this hand had 5 hearts, then undoubtedly you want to take the queen. Now, so the question is, this hand could have 5 hearts. Two or 3 spades, and some clubs and diamonds, but we think the ace of diamonds is with it East. We're hoping the 9 of clubs is an entry to dummy, but we're hoping that's going to make the 9 of spades good, as spades are 3-3. So we need to assume that the queen of clubs wasn't singleton, because some people won't have taken a first round finessing clubs and will be losing to them. So let's assume they've got, if they only had 4 hearts, 2 or 3 clubs, 2 or 3 spades, 2 or 3 diamonds. They chose to lead hearts. But they don't, the robots do like to lead major suits against no trumps. And particularly the unbid major suits. So they could well have 4 hearts. Well, to what can I switch? And basically, if I win the queen of hearts, knock it and cash whatever tricks I can, knock out the ace of diamonds, East will get in and lead another heart. So if I duck it, East is likely to have winning diamonds to cash. So I think I've got to play for this hand to have 5 hearts, 3 spades, 2 clubs, and 3 diamonds. And that seems reasonable. That seems to be the only way I'm going to come to 9 tricks. So I'm going to win this trick. See how the clubs lie. Well, it wasn't a singleton queen. It was 4 to the queen. So the 9 is not trick unless we can end play this hand. The jack of diamonds has appeared from here. I'm pretty sure they've got the ace of diamonds. My idea now is to get out for as little as possible by making this hand play clubs away from the jack in the end. So they've turned out to have 4 clubs. Which would deter them from bidding. So they may well only have 3 hearts, but they look to have the ace and the 8. So, sorry, 4 hearts. So they probably can't avoid winning the hearts. And in the end, they will hopefully have to lead a club round to us. Well, I cash the queen of spades, and this hand only has 2 spades, which seems very likely now, given that we're going to play them for long hearts and clubs. This hand will have 2 spades to cash. So I think we have to knock out the ace of diamonds. And creating the queen of diamonds at an entry to dummy is better in case the spades ever come good. Let's leave the king of diamond. Oh, the ace is there. Well, that's a surprise. They've got lots of points. And the three of hearts to the 8 there. Right. I'm probably going to get the 8 of hearts winning here and a diamond back. So I'm going to throw a 7 of diamonds. No, I never know with it. Yes, I'm going to throw the 7 of diamonds away just in case. The ace of hearts. So the 8 of hearts is still a winner, and it's both in that hand. So the robot likes leading these short suits. The 2 of diamonds gone from here. This hand's got to keep clubs, but we can't throw it in to play a club now. So am I best to throw a club? I think so. So I'm going to get a diamond now. No, the jack of spades. They throw a diamond, so they've still got the 10 of spades. This hand's still got clubs held. So there is no squeeze. I'm going to collect my queen of diamonds, collect my king of clubs, and lose the 8 of clubs. Well, it was a bit of a struggle for 53%. People who opened one no trump got left there. Lots of people went down more. So counting accurately to make your 9 tricks was worth 18% or so. And moving up fractionally onto board 4. Right, 1 diamond from east this time. 7, 5, 12. I've got 18 points this time. What am I going to do? So they probably have a big heart fit. East probably has 4 hearts, and so they had 5, they'd be opening that. I've got a diamond stop. If I bid 1 no trump, I'm likely to stop them. I'm hoping to stop them bidding hearts. I think if I double, I'm going to probably hear a heart bid from West, or if I don't, I'll hear a heart bid from partner. Then I can bid no trumps. Normally with 18 high card points, I'm too strong for a 1 no trump overcall, and I should double and then bid no trumps. But 18 is kind of like on the margins. So I'm going to bid 1 no trump here. I might get a transfer from partner to hearts, but that may not be a disaster. And will we get a diamond lead? We do. And we've got 6 diamond tricks off the top. Plus 2 clubs is 8. And we know this hand opened the bidding. So I've got 18 points. They've got 8, that's 26. Well, East virtually certainly has the king of spades, and they may well have the jack of spades as well. So I'm going to take 2 spade finesses in an attempt to take 2 spade finesses to take 12 tricks. Notice we've only got 4 hearts. So 6 and 3 is 12. This hand has at least 3 diamonds. This hand doesn't have any more diamonds. If they were to win the Jack of Spades, which they might have still, this is 18 and 8, 26. They might still have the Jack of Spades. Then they would undoubtedly switch to hearts. And so I think I'm going to risk the Jack of Spades. This is match points. I would have a heart stop, but I would lose spade and 2 hearts, which would be 3 tricks. As it is off the top, I've got 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the heart eventually would be 10. So finessing the Queen of Spades is likely to give me 10, possibly 11, finessing the 10 of Spades, and it succeeds. I'm going to try it. Even if it loses, it didn't. So I got 2 more entries to dummy. The 10. Try the 9 of Spades, which will get covered. No. All right. We'll play the 4. All right. So you can read the 3 of Spades, Jack of Spades, Queen of Spades, and now everything's good except this last heart, and they're not going to throw that away. So we'll claim making +5, which may not be good. No, because other people doubled, presumably. Sorry, click the wrong board. And 1 diamond -5 was worth more than my 1 no trump. Right. But 3 no trumps +1. So they're the people who doubled. Yeah, the people who doubled and got 1 no trump from partner and went 3 no trumps. Yeah. So I don't feel bad about my choice. I feel bad about partner not thinking that they could raise me. Right. A long, long way to catch up now in the second half. Let's see how we do. And another opening bid on our right, but this time we don't have a stop in their suit. But we do have 16 high card points. This is on the borderline. If I have 17, I think you definitely shouldn't overcall. You have to double. With 16, and this is a reasonably unproductive shape, I'm going to overcall with my 5 card major now. 2 clubs from partner, 5 clubs, 2 minus spades, 9 to 12 total points. So what does 2 diamonds mean? 2 diamonds means I've got biddable diamonds. 2 hearts means I've got 5 spades and 4 hearts. 3 minus clubs. Well, I think I've just got to bid 2 hearts. I might end up playing in a 4-3 fit in hearts, but partner rates not to have 4 hearts. I'd like them to bid no trumps if they have a diamond stop. And I think this is the only way to do it. Oh, we're going to play in a 4-3 Heart fit. A 3-2 heart fit. Right. Okay. 10 of hearts led. Right. This does not look good. The king's going to appear. Yeah, so I'm going to win the ace. Got to see if the ace and king of clubs stand up. No, that looks bad, but they play a spade. Thank goodness for that. I'm going up with the ace. Jack of spades. So I've got king on, right, or rough. Now I'm going to leave the queen of clubs. Which is rough. Shall I lead? I'll lead the 10 of clubs. And doesn't rough, so I will rough. Well, now I'm not going to get my diamond trick, right? Okay, but they've roughed. Maybe they're going to draw trumps now. No. Spades. I'm going to get rid of one club at the moment. With that spade trick, another diamond comes, which gets roughed. Now comes the club, and we can play the 8, which is a winner. Right. Right. So they've got no more clubs, no more diamonds, just hearts and spades. Or maybe just hearts. Anyway, let's leave the queen of clubs. Throw away the 7 of spades. They have to rough. They're going to draw my trump. They did only have trumps left here. 25% from my 200, or that, well, playing in 2 clubs was the winner, but partner's 2 club bid showed, 9 to 12, showed a good hand, and opposite my, 16 points, they're 9. I really wanted to play in 3 no trumps, and they did have a diamond stop, so I would have liked them to bid 2 no trumps, and I would have raised to 3. And some people went off in 3 no trumps, because it's all horrible distribution. But yeah, well, will we get back to 50% before we get to the end? This looks like a fairly standard weak no trump, which in what's case we've got open a club, a heart, 1 no trump by east, which is unusual. So this is showing spades and clubs, but spades and diamonds rather. I've got stops in them. Don't think I want to bid 2 clubs here. I might want to play in no trumps. It's double. Double support double shows 3 hearts. So I'll do that. I'll show partner I've got 3 hearts. Maybe 2 spades. Their double says they've got 4 plus hearts. 2 spades exactly, and 6 plus total points. Well, this doesn't look good. They've only got two spades. I've only got two spades. They've got a 9-card fit. I only have one spade stop for no trumps. So I think here I've got to bid 3 hearts. They should bid 3 spades with their 9-card fit. No, right. And partner can't support my clubs. Right. Okay. Well, is this a singleton ace of clubs or doubleton? Remember, the north hand is the one they can't see. South hand is the one they can. So I'm going to play the queen here. See if that puts him off at all. Here comes the 7 of diamonds. Well, I'm going to try the jack here. I'm sure we'll get the king or the queen. The ace. But now I want to draw trumps and run my clubs, essentially. So I'm going to play trumps. In fact, they rushed up. Well, here comes the little diamond. I'm pretty sure there's king, queen here. So I'm going to hope that this hand has the 9. No. So we're going to lose these 2 diamonds. Oh, they're going to trump the winning diamond. So they can give them a club ruff. Play the 2 for now. The 8 of spades. Well, now can draw trumps. Although they were 2. So we had 7, they had 6, they were 4-2, but each of them ruffed twice, in fact. Yeah. Right. Well, 2 downs, not likely to be very good. Well, 60%, presumably because they make something in spades. Passing it out gets you a very good score. Not opening 1 club. There is the argument. I do have, though, what do I have? 5, 8, 12. I have 13 points and 2 spades. So passing is fair. To get them to, they can make 3 spades plus 1. So, but obviously clubs is better than hearts. Right, up to 40% now. And the big hand, 18-point hand. This is a hand that's worth a reverse. Opening 1 heart and then bidding spades. Shows at least 5-4, and the first suit is always longer than the second. The partner bids 4 hearts now. Well, this is a weak hand with 5 plus hearts, 8 minus high card points. But you don't need much to be making slam here. Queen of heart. Well, I got 5 plus hearts, so we're not worried about the queen of hearts really, because it'll probably drop. They're unlikely to have the ace of diamonds, but they probably do have the queen of hearts. But king of clubs would be on a finesse. No, it's probably best just to pass. Not to chase after a big score. Partner has the king of spades and the queen of clubs. So it looks like they don't have the queen of hearts. So it looks like we can make this a slam here. Partner has the right cards. Jack of clubs. We'll go up with the ace. Assuming the king's here. And the ace of hearts. 7. Are they 3-0? No. They're 2-1. So we draw the last trump. And then cross to the king of spades. And the queen and jack of spades, throwing our clubs away. And then we can cross rough the rest. So probably some people will have bid the slam. So we'll probably get less than 50% here because everybody's making 12 tricks. 71%. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. One person bid 6. Lots of people are only making +1. Everybody's in 4 hearts. Well, sure, they let the club run. Seems foolish. So partner opens 1 club and we get a 2 spade weak jump over court. I have the perfect hand for a double to show 4 hearts. And partners open the bidding. We've got 5, 11, we've got 13 points. Partner's got at least 12. So we're going to double this. 3 spades, 4 hearts from partner. We're pleased to hear that. 3 spades probably is 3 card support. Let's see if they go to 4 spades. No. So we're playing in 4 hearts. We need to get a good score here to try and get us up to 50%. So this hand had a weak 2 bid in spades. Four to 9 high card points. They've led the king, which probably means this hand's got 3 plus spades, 3 to 8 total points. King, they lead the king from ace king or king queen. But if it's ace king, they've got virtually nothing else, so they won't have the king of diamonds or the king of hearts. But they can see this south hand. This is the hand, this is dummy. They can't see the north hand. So they're unlikely to carry on with spades. They're unlikely to find out whether it's king, queen, or ace king. And they've led the 5 of diamonds. Well, I'm sure they don't have the king of diamonds now. They might have a doubleton. We can only throw 2 diamonds away, but this might be a singleton. Like if they got king, queen of spades, they could have the king of hearts. But I feel it's more likely that the king of diamonds and king of hearts are here. I'm going to lead a low heart to start with and play the 10. I'm going to come back by roughing this second spade, and they did have the ace. Well, if there are 4 hearts to the king here, we can't pick it up. So here's the king. And that hand followed, so they've got 1 trump left, which As well draw. And now all my clubs in the Queen of Hearts will be good, but they're not going to throw away the King of Diamonds, I don't believe. But we may as well just give them the chance. The robots are unlikely to do it. But no, they've thrown away their last spade. Oh, 75%, not enough to get us up to 50%, sadly. So way down here. And once again, this was all in the bidding. Nothing in the play, really. We were just in the wrong contract. I'm not saying necessarily wrong in the bidding, but other contracts scored more. So that didn't work out well. But please still do like the video. Lots of people like it when I get a bad score and they can beat me. I hope you found the bit at the beginning useful about whether you should take the first round finesse or not. And hopefully next week I'll do a little better in the weekly free instant tournament. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week.